42 and this is my partner Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas, I'm 34.
So we're currently 6 months pregnant. We're just going to talk a little bit about our fertility journey and how long it's taken us to get here. Mm-hmm. We actually met literally a month before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of started living together from the very beginning, but always wanted to be a mum, you always wanted to be a dad.
I think that was important to both of us when we met, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was actually one of our icebreaker questions, isn't it? Do you want kids? And most people would be a bit taken back by that, but I think both of us were like...
It was important for us.
It was really important. We started our journey 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We fell pregnant and we were excited. And then sadly, 10 weeks later, I miscarried, which was quite a traumatic event actually, because I think neither of us were really prepared.
Yeah, it was strange. I mean, I think we were so excited for it to have happened finally, that we had got pregnant. And yeah, so it was a bit of a shock. We wasn't really prepared for it either way, I don't think.
No, I agree. And I think like I'd heard like, you know, friends and family members had obviously had miscarriages. But I think until you actually go through it, you don't realise, you know, the impact it kind of has on you.
Totally.
And I think, you know, for both of us, like we had each other, and Thomas was absolutely brilliant support, I have to say. Because at the time I was kind of frantically trying to find what to do. Do I go to hospital? Do I call a doctor? Do I go to an early pregnancy unit? And I think the knowledge out there is so limited that we really kind of struggled, didn't we? And we spoke to a doctor that night who was terribly dismissive. I think having this miscarriage kind of definitely brought us closer together.
Yeah, throughout the miscarriages, each time it happened, we became closer and closer, and we're really supporting each other in the grieving process, I guess.
Yeah, it's how it was grief, I think. I think at the time we didn't realise what grief looked like. And you almost, you know, you feel like, especially for a female, you feel like your body's failing you, and it's really kind of difficult how to act and how to be. But I think kind of that next morning, I think we both went into that pragmatic mode of, okay, come on, let's just try again.
Yeah.
A few months later we fell pregnant again, albeit it was actually a chemical pregnancy. But obviously it was still a bit of a dagger to the heart, wasn't it?
Yeah,
again,
of course. Yeah.
Why has it happened to us again? But we still carried on, we still went about our normal business. And then third pregnancy test was positive. At this point we just decided, let's go for an early scan, let's just check everything is where it should be. And sadly they told us at the time, I think, we can't really tell if you're too early, so please come back in 2 weeks. I remember that 2 week wait being quite hellish and having to wait. But when I look back now, I think at the time my body didn't feel pregnant anymore. So sadly we were told that we had to have an operation to remove that. And it was then really that kind of pushed us to go and see a
specialist consultant, yeah. And
I for years I've thought I've had endometriosis. I've always really suffered with my periods, and I think this was so it was a catalyst for me really to go and get checked. But what was really great is as soon as we went in there, she just kind of spoke to us a little bit about our situation and my symptoms and our medical history, and within sort of 3 minutes she kind of said endometriosis, and I was like, hallelujah, someone's listening to me. And I felt heard, and I also felt like my body hadn't failed me. It had failed me, but it hadn't failed me because there was obviously a reason why the pregnancies hadn't taken. Rather than, instead of just like saying you've got endometriosis and that's that, we'll do surgery, she did further tests, didn't she, on both of us? Yeah. So we just kind of had, we kind of knew where we stood. And
just knew that everything was working as it should be working.
Yeah, because if it hadn't have been, then we would have needed medical intervention.
Sure.
I remember having the operation and then coming around from the operation and the consultant saying everything looks great, we've taken away all the endometriosis. And then that was at the point when she said, you know what, you just need a little bit of luck, it just takes one egg. And that always sticks with me.
Yeah.
Born with so many millions of eggs, but it does just take one egg. So we kind of were told 6 months. Yeah,
try for 6 months, and if not, then come back and
look at fertility assisted treatment.
Yeah, you took it on your shoulders more than me.
Yeah, totally did. And I think you do as a female. You have this. The biological clock is ticking. And you're told so many times, maybe you're just too old. Maybe you're ovarian reserve is diminished, and you get told you read about all of these things, so you do feel like actually this is an age thing, there's nothing I can do about this.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, but it was great thing is we got tests back and both of us were cleared medically.
Yep.
And we just took the decision, didn't we, to take a break?
Yeah, we had a little break between took November and December off and just let our hair down, and so we could enjoy some drinks at Christmas and
not have the pressure of every month.
Take the pressure off. Yeah,
because I think every month, like,
it becomes regimented at some point, doesn't it?
Totally. Personally, I was becoming obsessed, wasn't I, with doing ovulation sticks and taking my temperature, and it was so consuming. Where I thought, actually, my life now is
becoming more anxious, more of an anxiety thing.
Yeah, and obviously that puts pressure on a relationship as well. So we kind of just both came to a mutual decision. Let's just have a break. Let's just see where we're at again.
That's when you started taking the supplements, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I started to research. And I always been into like holistic alternatives, and I've been taking some supplements anyway, but it wasn't until I came across Nature and I thought, do you know what, that product looks like the one for me. It had all the scientific evidence, and it was a liquid form rather than taking 15 pills a day, which I was taking at some point. I'm surprised I wasn't rattling, but I saw this product and I thought, this looks great. It's just a shake in the morning, a liquid drink. Let's give it a try. And I was on that for 3 months, and then in January we just
got back to work. Where
we sort of loosely trying, weren't we? We were a little bit more relaxed in terms of testing and
exactly
making sure, have sex all the time, it became mature. We just tried to take that kind of pressure away, and then I think like a few weeks later I started to get a few symptoms, didn't I? But that was the same every month, because you never know if it's PMS or if could I be pregnant, and I think we were both a little bit reluctant to do a test. We said let's just wait and see, and just give it a bit more time to see if your period does come or not. I think it gave a little bit of element of control as well at that point. That's true, yeah. Because I think it just thought, well, if the unknown sometimes is less anxiety provoking, which sounds absolutely counterintuitive, but that's how I felt. But I think I remember waking up at like 6 a.m, didn't I? A week later saying, we are pregnant. I think that brought like a lot of emotions, didn't it? Happiness. Yeah, we were just happy to finally be there again and know that it was at least, it happened, and we knew that everything was normal and healthy for both of us. Yeah. And so I think because of past history, there's always that anxiety in the back of the head. Yeah, of course. You have to wait a certain amount of period of time for, but we did the early scan, didn't we? Yeah. Me said to the sonographer, I'm really nervous. And he was the loveliest guy. He was so nice, and straight away he was like, I can see baby's heartbeat. I was always so disorientated, wasn't I? And then I remember looking up the wall and seeing this tiny, tiny little bean. So that was, we came away from that feeling like reassured. Yeah, that we'd been successful. Finally created a little human. But obviously you're still not out of the woods then. So obviously we waited till 12 weeks and then got the great news, everything was good, had all the testing done. And I still continue to take Nature. So I'm still taking the pregnancy sachets every day. And I swear they have massively helped me have a healthy pregnancy. I mean, I've been pretty lucky, haven't I, in terms of... Definitely. I mean, minimal morning sickness, to the point... we escaped most of the symptoms. I did. Do you remember the point I was thinking to myself, I kind of want to feel sick, because does that mean everything's going okay? Which I'm sure that the supplements definitely have something to do with it. And, we're 6 months in and I've got a really active baby and feeling super healthy, loads of energy. And I think that, I'm really excited about the postnatal. I'm already thinking ahead about the postnatal supplements. We're just really excited to be here, and really want to say thanks to Nature, because I feel like they've massively contributed to us having a healthy pregnancy.